Oh, you must be Jimmy Walker.
Running through the game like I'm doing cross country. I don't even speak that language if you ain't talking no money. I ain't trying to make no friends, stop talking about you living. Gone with all that cap and swear to God these niggas funny. Running through the game like I'm doing cross country. I don't even speak that language if you ain't talking no money. I ain't trying to make no friends, stop talking about you living. Gone with all that cap and swear to God these niggas funny.
Heard I'm too old for this shit, baby, I'm too cold for this shit. Insecure, I'm too slow for this shit. IP, JD front row, had a snotty nose in that bitch. Had no whip, salute to Gator, man got drove to that shit. Just dry, no lie, see these spring sips froze in that bitch. Just trying to grow up, now I'm connecting, motherfucker. And guess who the plug? Elevated like fuck the hate, I'm just showing love. Gotta run through your veins, like blood, blood, blood. Bitch, I'm running through the game with the 40 like Mike for the bucks. If we ain't talking no change or bucks, I don't get no fuck. I know Tro Dame, they all the same, they just bust. For the runs, they get a rush, like Reggie Bush.
Running through the game like I'm doing cross country. I don't even speak that language if you ain't talking no money. I ain't trying to make no friends, stop talking about you living. Gone.
It's your boy Worthy the Surf Ninja. Part 2. We keeping it rolling. I'm finna share this to my people's page. They said they want to keep the conversation going. So here we are with it. Church in a While, part 2. Bro said the conversation was just that good. Shit, fuck it. Like, fuck it, let's tap in. Let me say this, share this on the homies page. I'm gonna play a little music for a second. Try to get a couple people in here. Play a couple tracks. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Yeah. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Giving up's not an option. Never has, never will. The type to turn down everything on the table for a better deal. Hard body, God body. I won't break a bend. I'ma take what I want while you take what they give. All them late nights that I stayed up. Hustling hard, I was prayed up. This ain't nothing but hard work. And faith, huh? Kinda hard to separate that real hate from that fake love. But I stayed down till I came up. They don't know what I made of. My DNA and my makeup. This is by design. I was built for this, some got killed for this. I'm talking about the grind. I tried the 9 to 5, but it really don't fit right. I fell a few times, but giving up what that feel like. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Pull my weight while I push through it. It's hard to tell when you winning when you so used to losing. No time for love, that's why I'm ducking Cupid. Sometimes showing too much, and how you feeling? I'm too smart for that. I gave my heart to that. Time to get this shit a rest. I'm thinking cardiac, so here's my invitation to my inspiration. To call up my babies like, hey, we finally made it. And I'm still fucked up, body all roughed up, but I'ma push through it. Man over matter, if it ain't man, it don't matter. May sound fucked up, but life's messed up. Just trying to stay blessed up, yeah. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Push. Prayed up and still hustling.
I ain't gonna be here too long. I'll probably tap in with you later.
Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Prayed up and still hustling. Let me see who all up in here. Jeff, what up? T, you back? Hey, do me a favor, man. Let's share the live in the groups. If you're on YouTube, share it. Jeff, if you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook, share it. Shit. I sent myself the link. What I'm gonna do Let's pull it up. Pull it up and play some of the shit, bro. And I know, you know, I gotta watch how I say what I say when I say it, but for some people, you know, the Bible can get boring. Nah, bro, come on, stop playing with me. See, they be trying to. Hold on, let me resend it. Can y'all still hear me, bro? I'm trying to pull this Ethiopian Bible up on the Bible while I'm doing, on the computer while I'm doing this. Man. Still got my TikTok going too. Let me pull this shit up real quick, y'all. Give me 1 second. It's taking all day. Sometimes that's how it be too. I be feeling like, man, anytime I try to get into like the spiritual realm and want to share some of the information that I get, motherfucker just be not trying to vibe with me. But I don't stop. That's when I go harder. Hold on, let me resend it. Just resend it. Shit. I found myself going to sleep to it at night. I wake up, it's still playing. I have such a peaceful sleep when I do that too as well. You know, when I had what I call my download, you know, the entity basically told me like, bro, you can still live life how you living it. My bad. I said you could still live life how you living it, but I need to overindulge. Indulge in chasing that knowledge the same way if I want to, you know what I'm saying, hump on something, smoke some tree, whatever, chase that knowledge the same way. And you really gonna set yourself free, bro. Like, 'cause I do believe that's the true way of being able to communicate without verbalizing or opening your mouth. You know what I'm saying? If you got a connection with God, hold on. Look, I promise y'all. Watch this. I know what to do. I'm finna airdrop it. Shit trying to play with me, bro. The shit don't want me to share this with y'all. My airdrop worked though, bitch. Nah. I swear. It's crazy that it don't want to send. It's not picking up my Mac either. I'm resending it again. Jeff, what's up with you? T, what's up with you? How y'all feeling tonight? How was the first 2 hours? Y'all feel like joining the family where we can do this once a week? And we can get other people, you know what I'm saying, to tap in. I'm not no preacher. I'm not no teacher. I'm a student just like y'all. I want to learn together. If I got to be the one to lead the quote unquote congregation, in order to, I just received it, it just came through. But if I got to be the one to lead the quote unquote congregation, then I'm with that. But I use my platform as the opportunity to bring more people, you know what I'm saying? Because the more the merrier. If you got more people that want to indulge in this type of activity, then it seems cooler, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's needed, bro. It's needed. You know, the same way health is needed. I'm gonna go to, y'all want to go straight to Enoch? How y'all want to do it? Tell me how y'all want to do it. All right, well, shit. T says she, hey, on me, bro, it always is. But look, I got it working now, so we good. So T says she in. Hey, T, look, I got T. It's me, you. I'm finna send P a link. Like I said, P is actually part of the podcast. You guys can always come as well if you want to be a part of it. Shit, Jeff is coming back down here to Atlanta with me. He's from my hometown. Me and Bruh finna make some shit shake and move together as well. You're more than welcome to be a part of it up close, from a distance, either way. But if you want to, you know what I'm saying, that this journey as far as like gaining this knowledge, we can really link, you know what I'm saying, lock in on some spiritual shit. I'm with that. I'm counting both of y'all in there, bro. Like, for real, we start our own small community, you know what I'm saying? The concept of church in the wild, y'all know the meaning of church is circus, right? So if we take it, okay, church is a circus, and what we claim church is a temple, and we learn about God, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, what we gonna do, church in the wild, we don't need a temple. We gonna do this in the wild. We gonna do this on the majors. We gonna do this where everybody acts a fool, but we gonna figure out a way to keep their attention. That's my job, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we can come with concepts as a team and create small commercials and shit like that, but eventually, I want us to take this to another level. I don't even want to be the nigga talking on this motherfucker for a long time, bro, because I got other dreams and aspirations, but I know this shit needed. The information that I'm learning is needed. Like, your discernment, your spirit is gonna lead you to them answers. Your flesh will always fuck you over. Your flesh will always fuck you. The spirit won't. I say this often, don't I, Jeff? Bro, you know how often motherfuckers go to jail or go to jail and get themselves in a rut or some shit and be praying to God, oh, help me, get me out. Swear if you do, I'll never do this shit again. Whoopty wop wop wop. Second nigga get out of jail, what they do, bro? What they do? Nigga, they right back on that bullshit. They right back acting like the one up top that just sent them an alley-oop. Nigga, you ain't even slam dunk that bitch. You barely out the door. You want to smoke or you want to joke. Like, hey, don't get me wrong, smoking ain't even a big issue. It's the overindulging in the things that you do way more than praising and service in the world. The world being God, the creator. He got motherfuckers out here like we really able to make a change and we don't. You really able to make a change in your own life and others, and you won't. You won't take a chance. I know it's scary out here, bro, but it's meant to be scary. It's meant to be like, you're supposed to be uncomfortable, bro. It's but that win is just so much. It's so much. It feels so much better when you get it. You know what I mean? You work hard for that shit. You ever had to play a sport or some shit, bro? And you like, them practices is tough. Why the fuck you running me like this, bro? Why you got us working so hard? And then kind of find out, motherfucker, you win, you running, you stumping a mud hole in these other teams and shit like that, bro. You like, man, I get it now. And it's harder to do it by yourself. But when you got a team, accountability, people you can count on, we not coming. You ain't gotta count on me. You can't count on me for $1,000. On me, you can count on me to give you some words of encouragement. WRDS, words everyone really don't say. Everybody ain't gonna tell you to pick up your Bible and go find the shit that they ain't telling you. They gonna say, and thou shalt kill, be still, Jesus wept. No, give me some shit I ain't never heard. This Ethiopian Bible got some shit we ain't never heard. And if you heard it before, why you ain't tell your folk about it? Huh? See? Fucking gatekeepers. Fucking gatekeepers, man. This is not the year to gatekeep. It's not the year to be quiet. It's not the year to be soft, man. We don't, well, I know I don't serve a Lord who's soft. He ain't into being quiet. He ain't gonna tell you shit too many times.
He ain't the booty patting soft nigga. Nah, man. Stand on these niggas' necks. Same way y'all stand on these niggas' necks about this physical shit about money, stand on the niggas' necks about the spirit. It gonna bless you. I'm telling you, I'm a fucking example, bro. I'm an example, and I can't stress it enough. T done met me, right? T don't even really know me, but I can tell you this, T, now that you done experienced me behind this mic, and you can kind of hear where I'm coming from. You know why I be out there like how I'm out there, right? I'm out there visually watching shit, spacey, but spiritually in a different world. You know what I mean? Like when the club should be going on, I'm not there the club. I'm really sightseeing. Like, damn, you know? Sodom and Gomorrah, shit like that. We living in that. But I think a lot of that shit been flipped. A lot of the things that was said in the Bible and the messages that was given, it was given from man. So here's my theory. You think about it. So if they saying this shit coming from the big dog up top, and you got somebody writing or whatever, carving these messages that the big dog giving them. Again, big dog always give you something to do, and do how often do ninjas stick to the script and do exactly what he says? So you think these ninjas just sat and wrote what that big dog said completely without putting their own extra in this shit? And these the same words, the same lessons, same scriptures that they use to oppress my people? Not just my people. Fucking, they did white people like that too. You know what I hate too? Motherfuckers be always saying some shit like, it ain't, you know, because Jeff, my homie, he Caucasian shit. I got Caucasian in me too, bro. Like, I'm mixed with a whole bunch of shit. I'm a real-time mutt. But motherfucking white folk be like, they say shit like, slavery, everybody been through slavery. Everybody. But let me express something to you. Man, black people running around here killing people, babies, nigga, and women. White folks is the only ones who through slavery and beyond have gotten the joy out of killing children and women. And doing like mutilation and all type of shit to men. That's some sick shit, bruh. And to be arguing with them folks, I ain't got no more time to be arguing with folks about that shit. I would rather use the energy to get the people that's like-minded like me and show them freedom. So I'm finna play this motherfucking Ethiopian Bible. And when I play it, bro, I think my Trapper Keeper in here. I'm finna grab my Trapper Keeper and I'm finna show y'all some paperwork shit. Just enough for y'all to know, like, what I was talking about is real. I'm not just talking. Like, freedom is not just this spiritual shit, but you want to learn your law and everything. All right, so the Book of Enoch. Hold on, let me pull up my secondary screen so y'all can see this shit. Share screen. Hopefully I ain't got no porno and shit on here, but if I do, y'all be all right. Who wanna watch a little porno? Nah, I don't watch porno, bro. I ain't had sex in so long. So the book of Enoch, when I do send y'all this tonight after we get off, the Book of Enoch start at 12, if I'm not mistaken. But shit, it's a lot of other stories in here. I know Job, if I'm not mistaken, Job started like 6. Job, Abraham. It's a lot of different stories that really, really resonated with me way better than they did as a kid, reading them out of the King James version. Joseph, and you know what I'm saying? His story about his brothers, man, like this shit wasn't no PG-13 shit. And then also another thing, you know, when they be talking about motherfucking, when they talk about religion, they don't never apply history to religion. So you ain't never hearing about Caesar and shit in the Bible. But when you hear about the Romans, you never think about Caesar, you know what I'm saying? So they have us praising these people and shit. These are the same treacherous folk that motherfucking killed our so-called, you know what I'm saying, Jesus. Like, which his name wasn't that, and what his name was doesn't even matter to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just who he was as a pillar in the universe, you know what I'm saying? And what, like, he is I. Jesus is me, Jesus is you. That's how I see Jesus. Jesus is man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna play part, go right into it. It'll start with like an intro of giving you what, in theory, the Ethiopian Bible is overall.
Section 2, the Books of the Hidden Covenant. Introduction to Section 2. The books in this section represent a unique and expansive dimension of biblical tradition, preserving sacred writings that were once widely read but later excluded from many Western canons. These texts offer deep theological insights, historical expansions, and apocalyptic visions, providing a more complete picture of ancient Jewish and early Christian thought. Unlike the books in the previous section, which form the core of the biblical canon recognized by most Christian traditions, these writings have been preserved primarily in the Ethiopian Orthodox tradition, where they continue to hold theological and liturgical significance. This collection includes visionary and apocalyptic literature, such as the books of Enoch, Jubilees, and 2 Esdras, which provide detailed descriptions of the heavenly realm, divine judgment, and eschatological prophecies. These writings delve into angelic hierarchies, the fate of the righteous and the wicked, and the unfolding of God's plan for creation, often expanding on themes only hinted at in the canonical books.
Just
they offer
yourself
a glimpse into the cosmic struggle between good and evil, reinforcing the idea that history is moving toward a divinely ordained culmination.
Let me pause this real quick.
Alongside these apocalyptic writings, this section also contains.
Look, I gotta put my finger up like they do in church real quick. Put my finger up. Look, I do you, but that's not the case. I'm real different. And since I've had my downloads, life has been just something different, bro. I can't even explain or express, but anyway, I don't know if y'all heard the different books that he's naming. Now, he named a lot of shit that you do not hear in your King James version. Now, I heard the word Jubilee growing up, but I don't remember it being too tough in the Bible. I just remember those Bible thumpers using words like Jubilee. It was a couple other words that stood out to me, but just, you know what I'm saying? I say that to say, like, it's going to start off slow the first 5 to 7 minutes, but it go right. The book of Enoch go right into why the world is the way it is now. If you believe in discernment in the spirit, do not listen with your flesh, listen with your spirit, as the book of Enoch starts. And then you listen to the theory of what your spirit says, and then let's talk about that for real.
Contains historical and wisdom literature that fills in gaps left by the traditional biblical narrative. Books such as 1st Esdras, 1st and 2nd Baruch, and the letter of Jeremiah revisit key events from Israel's past, often offering alternative or expanded accounts of exile, restoration, and divine intervention. These texts provide moral and theological reflections on how God's people should respond to suffering, foreign oppression, and the challenge of maintaining faith in difficult times. Their inclusion in the Ethiopian tradition underscores the belief that divine revelation extends beyond the boundaries of Western canonization efforts. Another important aspect of this section is its martyrdom and resistance literature, particularly the books of the Ethiopian Maccabees. Unlike the more commonly known Maccabean texts in Catholic and Orthodox Bibles, the Ethiopian Maccabean books present distinct historical and theological narratives, focusing on faithful resistance against tyranny and the cost of religious perseverance. These books serve as powerful reminders of the enduring struggle between righteousness and corruption, emphasizing the importance of remaining faithful even in the face of persecution. Additionally, this section includes supplementary texts that interact directly with previously established biblical books. The additions to Esther, the history of Susanna, and Bel and the Dragon expand on well-known biblical figures and stories, introducing new theological.
Wait. So look, my first time listening to this, right? I jumped right to the book of Enoch. Did you hear what he said? First of all, he naming names I've never heard in niggerdom in the Bible. Savannah, Savannah, blah, blah, blah. Right? Then he says, Baal and the dragon. Now, this is why I said, I get so excited about certain shit. I've got a certain energy about dinosaurs, and my son really loves dinosaurs. He wants to be an anthropologist. I think I said it right. I think you said it right there. But I went and got a tattoo of Blue the Raptor, just in a sentimental way of loving my son and not being able to be around him. But ever since I got that tattoo, I would look at that, I'd be like, this is not a dinosaur, this is a dragon. But my spirit kept wondering about dragons. And then when I read this and hear this, I'm like, dragons, Dave and the Dragon. Oh man, it's finna get real. So mind you, I ain't even listened to Dave and the Dragon yet, y'all. I ain't even got that yet. I'm sorry. I'll be getting excited.
And moral dimensions that were either lost or altered in later canonical decisions. The prayer of Manasseh, a deeply moving plea for mercy, stands as an example of penitential literature, capturing the universal human need for repentance and divine forgiveness. Taken together, these writings broaden the theological horizon of biblical literature, offering perspectives that were once central to Jewish and early Christian thought, but were later sidelined in many traditions.
King James Version.
Their preservation within the Ethiopian canon reflects a commitment to a more inclusive and historically rooted understanding of Scripture, one that acknowledges the rich diversity of ancient biblical traditions. By engaging with these texts, readers can gain a fuller appreciation of the breadth of divine revelation, encountering voices that, while long ignored in many traditions, still speak with profound theological and moral significance today. Books of Lost Prophecy and History, 66.
Hold on.
The first book of Enoch.
Books of Lost Prophecy and History. Do you hear what the title is, first and foremost? Hey, let that shit simmer. Let it hit your spirit, bro. I'm gonna talk when I want to. If you don't like it, just inbox me and I'll give you the book. You can listen to this shit on your own. I'm excited some folk want to hear it with me.
1 Enoch is one of the most mystical and influential apocalyptic texts, providing an expanded view of divine judgment, the role of angels, and the coming of the Messiah. Preserved primarily in the Ethiopian tradition, it contains the story of the fallen angels, watchers, visions of heaven, and prophecies about the end times. Quoted in the New Testament, Jude 14-15, this book offers a unique bridge between Jewish and Christian eschatology, emphasizing God's ultimate victory over evil. Section 1, The Watchers Fall and the Judgment of Heaven. Chapter 1. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. 2. And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is for to come. Concerning the elect I said, and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling. 4. And the eternal God will tread upon the earth, on Mount Sinai, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens 5. And all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. 6. And the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. 7. And the earth shall be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be a judgment upon all men. 8. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be upon them. And they shall all belong to God, and they shall be prospered, and they shall all be blessed. And he will help them all, and light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. 9. And behold, he cometh with 10,000s of his holy ones, to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness, which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
So real quick, T, I looked it up for you. I like to do that too. When I'm listening to shit on me, I like to know what the words mean. But a lot of times I don't look up some of them just so I can try to, if I hear them again, I listen to how they was used in certain sentences and try to use the context clues. Like, it's certain words that they use at the moment I can't think of, and I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop this every time I hear them, but it's certain words that I hear and I'm like, man, I specifically want to know what that means. But I did look it up for you. Eschatology is the branch of theology concerned with the last things or final events of history and the ultimate destiny of humankind. It encompasses beliefs about death, resurrection, the last judgment, and the end of world, as well as the ultimate state of human souls and the entire world. The terms come from Greek words eschatos, last, and logi, study of. Key aspects of eschatology are individual eschatology, focus on what happens to individuals after death, including the state of the soul, the resurrection of the body, and the eternal destiny in heaven or hell. You also have cosmic collective eschatology, which deals with the events affecting the entire world, such as the second coming of Christ, the final judgment, and the establishment of God's eternal kingdom. Examples of eschatology in different traditions is Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism. And the last thing I'll read before we get back to it, why it matters. Eschatology provides a framework for the understanding the ultimate purpose of human history and the world, offering a view of how God's justice will be fully manifested in the shapes of worldview, where despite suffering, God ultimately wins and brings about a transformed world. And I think that's all it's about is the spirit making you surrender. But I also want to point something else out. Google is not our friend. At times we will look up things on Google and we'll think, oh, it's not always giving us the right answer. Something that popped out to me is the word mankind. Humankind. Because, all right, y'all remember when one small step for man, one big step, second whatever for mankind. The way people word things means everything. I learned that from how they maneuver and navigate in court. In court, they have what is it called? Spanish is a language. It's a certain language. They have a language that they speak. It's called legalese. So when you're saying certain words, you thinking it's meaning one thing, it's not. So just beware of a lot of these words that they use, even in this Bible. Again, listen with your spirit and not your flesh. I just stopped for T. And don't be afraid to, hey, what's this mean? We can stop. I'll look it up. Just let me know. I'm going to go ahead and continue.
Chapter 2. Observe ye everything that takes place in the heaven, how they do not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in the heaven, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season,
luminaries,
and transgress not against their appointed order. 2. Behold ye the earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it from first to last, how steadfast they are, how none of the things upon earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. 3. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain lie upon it. Chapter 3. Observe and see how in the winter,
Hey, you know, I gotta cut it too. You know how they say as is above is below, but in the King James version of the Bible, you don't hear them speak on that often. In this book, it gives a great description on why they say that. I'm sorry for stopping y'all, but as I hear certain shit, I'm gonna stop.
all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage, but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years, till the new comes. Chapter 6. And again, observe ye the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it, and you seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with glowing heat. And so you cannot tread on the earth or on a rock by reason of its heat. Chapter 5. Observe ye how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Wherefore give ye heed and know, with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that liveth forever hath made them so. Second, and all his works go on thus, from year to year, forever, and all the tasks which they accomplish for him, and their tasks change not.
Wait till
but according as
down
God
the days
hath ordained, so is one done. Third, and behold how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish, and change not their tasks from his commandments. 4, but ye have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord, but ye have turned away and spoken proud and hard words with your impure mouths against his greatness. O ye hard-hearted, ye shall find no peace. 5, therefore shall ye execrate your days, and the years of your life shall perish, and the years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal execration, and ye shall find no mercy. In those days ye shall make your names an eternal execration unto all the righteous, and by you shall all who curse, and all the sinners and godless shall imprecate by you. 7c, and for you the godless there shall be a curse, and all the shall rejoice, and there shall be forgiveness of sins, and every mercy and peace and forbearance. There shall be salvation unto them, a goodly light. And for all of you sinners, there shall be no salvation, but on you all shall abide a curse. 7, but for the elect there shall be light and grace and peace.
What's going
and
on
they
right
shall
now
inherit
is
the earth.
the setup for Enoch. Enoch is basically the first.
And then there shall be bestowed upon the elect wisdom, and they shall all live and never again sin,
the angels,
either through ungodliness or through pride.
They say that Satan,
but they who are wise shall be humbled.
The fat ain't
9,
God, but that's not what happened.
and they shall not again transgress, nor shall they sin all the days of their life, nor shall they die of the divine anger or wrath, but they shall complete the number of the days of their life, and their lives shall be increased in peace, and the years of their joy shall be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace all the days of their life. Chapter 6. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters.
Here we go.
2, and the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come.
Here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? See, in the King James version, they tell us about they just jump to it. They just say, "Oh, Satan, he wanted to be God." That don't make sense. To me, that just don't make sense. But when you sit here as a man and I see all these beautiful women on the daily and they do something to me, the way I feel, my flesh, you hear these is God's first children. We are God's first children. The angels, his warriors, his watchers. These niggas were so thirsty that they went against the grain. But listen to it. It don't say Satan. But your whole life, who they been telling you? Who they been telling you?
Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men and beget us children. 3. And Semjeza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. 4. And they all answered him and said, let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing.
These motherfuckers
5.
scared that the other
They
angels
swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. 6. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon.
And they be playing in our face, y'all. These names that they use in movies, video games, bro, they be putting, when they say that they got to tell us this shit, bro, this is not no joke. This ain't no play. And again, I ain't trying to overtake the world or no shit like that. I'm just trying to get with some people who want to be free, like who want some real freedom, bro. First, this knowledge that gets us closer to source and get you closer to, man, what's up? Listen to this shit.
Because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. 7. And these are the names of their leaders. Semiaz Forzi, their leader.
Listen to these names, y'all. As you hear these names, you tell me these ain't none of the names that's in some of your favorite movies. Yo, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yo, what's them witch bitches that used to be on TNT when I skipped school and shit? Tell me you ain't never heard none of these names. Did you hear what they said at the beginning, man? These the watchers. These the people that were supposed to be watching us. These the spirits that's supposed to be watching us, bro. Watch how this shit go down. Watch after it's for the name all the ones that did it. Then watch what they do next, bro.
Arakiba, Rimael, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barkijal, Aziel, Amares, Batarel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samswarapel, Satarel, Tare, Jomjiel, Sariel 8. These are their chiefs of tents. Chapter 7. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants.
Wait.
2.
Wait, who here?
They became pregnant.
Is y'all still in here?
They bear great giants.
Who the fuck's still in here, bro? Tell me somebody in here. Hold on, man. No. Y'all ain't hearing me, bro. Now I'm sharing my shit. Now I'm sharing my cheat code with y'all. Nah, I need y'all to fucking talk and tap in now. Did you hear what they just said? Did you hear? Do you know what they finna? Bruh. I don't like being, but I feel like I'm by myself now. Where everybody at? Y'all was in this bitch. Now where y'all at? Let me Jeff. Did you hear what he just said, bro? You hearing what he said, Brody? You hearing what he said?
Whose height was 3,000 ells.
Hold on.
3. Who consumed all the acquisitions of men. 4. The giants 5. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish. And when men could no longer sustain them, turned against them and devoured mankind.
You hear this?
To devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. 6. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Chapter 8.
Wait. Y'all hear that word? Signs and symbols is in the air, y'all. And I swear all my hairs from my ankle to my fingers is, did y'all hear that word? The lawless ones. Remember that I use this word a lot. It's a difference between lawful and legal. When I say it all starts with the Bible, remember when you go to court, what they make you do? When you go on the stand, what they make you put your hand on? Why you think they do that? Don't answer that. That's one of them questions. What's it called when they ask you a question, but I'm really looking for an answer? Did you hear what they said? The angels came down and did what? They slept with the women. So why do you think that you got discernment? Why do you think you got a gift? Why do you think you can go somewhere and your body tell you to go this way, but your brain will tell you? Why do you think? We are all the descendants of not only God, but what? Makes sense, don't it? It make a lot of sense, right? And then if you anything like me, like I said, if you like movies like What's that fucking one angel movie with the nigga come down, he the one angel, he fight? You know what I'm talking about? They've been doing this shit in our face the whole time, bro. You think you don't think they ain't amongst us? You seen Take It? All right, come on, wake up now. All right.
And Azazel taught men to make swords.
Wait. But you didn't even hear that they said that the angels taught the women how to do makeup and eyelashes. Makes sense, don't it? Don't it?
And knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures, too. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Third, Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, Armirds, the resolving of enchantments, Bart Kijal.
So again, hate to keep cutting y'all off. When y'all's talking about witchcraft, magic, blah, 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 where the fuck y'all think that came from? And do you really think it's bad? We ain't even made it to the part. God ain't even came down and told these puss ass niggas how he really feel about them coming down and sleeping with women. Wait till he tell them, haha, you thought you, I'm gonna keep stopping it because I want to point out shit to you. Roots. Did you hear him talking about roots and holistic shit? So these same folk, they're not folk, they're angel watch, whatever, but you know the lingo. They came down teaching our women these things. Now these same folk govern the physical world, but spiritually they don't want us to use these roots, use these stones, use these methods, this natural methods that they came down to woo our women. They came down to woo our women with these tricks, and now today it's frowned upon. You know these things that save your fucking life.
Taught astrology, Kekabel the constellations, Ezek 86il the knowledge of the clouds, Arachiel the signs of the earth, Shamsiel the signs of the sun, and Sarieh the course of the moon. 4. And as men perished, they cried, and their Eri went up to heaven. Chapter 9. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. 2. And they said one to another, the earth made was without inhabitant cries, the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. 3. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of the ages, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of thy glory standeth unto all the generations of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. 5. Thou hast made all things, and power over all things hast thou, and all things are naked and open in thy sight, and all things thou seest, and nothing can hide itself from thee. 6. Thou seest what Azazel hath done, who hath taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed with the eternal secret.
Azazel, not Lucifer, not Satan, not all these other titles, names, or slogans that we've been told. You hear me? And then in this Ethiopian Bible, they call all of them Satans, not Satan in singular. So Satan's is a word for demons, devils, demonics. That's crazy, bro. So when I say, watch the words that you say, because this is all about witchcraft and casting spells over yourself and others, both good and bad. If these angels did do the things that is said in this book, what makes you think that they're not roaming the world with every intention for you not to use these same tricks to better your situation? Bruh, you thought we was fucked up? You thought the flesh was fucked up?
Secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. 7. And Semjazi, to whom thou hast given authority to bear rule over his associates, 8. And they have gone to the daughters of men upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and revealed to them all kinds of sins. 9. And the women have borne giants, and the whole earth has thereby been filled with blood and unrighteousness. And now, behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suit to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations have ascended, and cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought on the earth. 11. And thou knowest all things before they come to pass, and thou seest these things, and thou dost suffer them, and thou dost not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these. Chapter 6. Then said the Most High, the Holy and Great One spake, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, 2. Go to Noah, and tell him in my name, hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. 3. And now instruct him that he may escape, and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. 4. And again the Lord said to Raphael, bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make Ennui in the desert, which is in Didael, and cast him therein. 5. And place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. 6. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire. 7. And heal the earth which the angels have sometimes corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish, through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. 8. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. 9. And to Gabriel said the Lord, proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication and the children of the watchers from amongst men, and cause them to go forth.
I also want to say this. I want to put a brief pause on this. You know, as I think about the story, the King James version of Noah's Ark, you don't get this deep detail. You're not getting these names. And as you hear these names for the angels that agreed to go against God and come down and fuck on our women, I heard a name of a liquor. I've heard the name of a clothing brand. Again, it's a lot of intention behind the things that are going on in the world. So let your spirit listen and tell you if it's right or wrong. Don't allow your flesh to determine what's going on right now at this moment. You know, it's a lot of people that's gonna feel what's going on. Some people gonna get on this bitch and be like, man, what the fuck is he? Yeah, I'm looking for the spirit, not the flesh.
Send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days shall they not have. 10. And no request that they, i.e., their fathers, make of thee shall be granted unto their fathers on their behalf. For they hope to live an eternal life, and that each one of them will live 500 years. 11. And the Lord said unto Michael, go, bind Semgizi and his associates, who have united themselves with women, so as to have defiled themselves with them in all their uncleanness. 12. And when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, till the day of their judgment and of their
So this is when the Bible started getting spooky to me, and not in a scary way. But my spirit started wanting to decipher things, because What if that Bible ain't talking about history or back in the day? What if that Bible is dictating future? Because as it's getting ready to roll, and it's getting ready to say that man and brother would kill father and father would kill son as if they don't know each other. And what's going on right now in time is exactly what this book of Enoch is talking about. I'm talking about, bruh, it's finna get brutal. After this wipeout, this so-called wipeout, because again, God telling people to write shit, and they writing shit, but they like to put their own shit in shit. So I don't, my discernment don't rock with all of it.
Consummation, till the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. 13. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire, and to the torment, and the prison in which they shall be confined forever. 14. And whosoever shall be condemned and destroyed will from thenceforth be bound together with them to the end of all generations. 15. And destroy all the spinets of the reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. 16. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end, and let the plant of righteousness and truth appear. And it shall prove a blessing. The works of righteousness and truth shall be planted in truth and joy forevermore. 17. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live till they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall they complete in peace. 18. And then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall all be planted with trees and be full of blessing. 19. And all desirable trees shall be planted on it, and they shall plant vines on it. And the vine which they plant thereon shall yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seed which is sown thereon, each measure of it shall bear 1,000, and each measure of olives shall yield 10 presses of oil. 20. And cleanse thou the earth from all oppression, and from all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all godlessness, and all the uncleanness that is wrought upon the earth, destroy from off the earth. 21. And all the children of men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration, and shall praise me, and all shall worship me. 22. And the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment, and I will never again send them upon it, from generation to generation and forever. Chapter 11. And in those days I will open the store chambers of blessing which are in the heaven, so as to send them down upon the earth, over the work and labor of the children of men. 2. And truth and peace shall be associated together throughout all the days of the world, and throughout all the generations of men. Chapter 20. Before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what had become of him. 2. And his activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. 3. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of majesty and the King of the ages. And lo, the watchers called me, Enoch the scribe, and said to me, 4. Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, 20, declare to the watchers of the heaven, who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth. 5. And ye shall have no peace nor forgiveness of sin. And inasmuch as they delight themselves in their children. 6. The murder of their beloved ones shall they seek, and over the destruction of their children shall plux they lament, and shall make supplication unto eternity, but mercy and peace shall ye not attain. Chapter 32. And Enoch went and said, Azazel, thou shalt have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against thee to put thee in bonds. 2. And thou shalt not have toleration, nor plus request granted to thee, because of the unrighteousness which thou hast taught, and because of all the works of godlessness and unrighteousness and sin which thou hast shown to men. 3. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven. 5. For from thenceforward they could not speak with him, nor lift up their eyes to heaven, for shame of their sins for which they had been condemned. 6. Then I wrote out their petition, and the...
Could you imagine? I had to cut this. Could you imagine angels crossing God and they want you to be their lawyer? They want you to go up to talk to the big dog. Bruh, if any of y'all have heard this story before in the King James Version, then help me out. Let me know. Because this ain't none of this shit in Catholic school growing up or in church. I heard none of this. And the first time I heard this made things a lot easier for me to accept. You think they did that? God don't know us? We really flesh. We spirits. We've been given the opportunity to enjoy this flesh, but we spirits. We nothing like the watchers of the angels or the creator. We've been told so much wrong shit, and we've been operating and navigating so wrong, bruh. He's not looking for perfection. Or he, she, like I said, in my eyes, the big dog is a transgender. Not to make it a joke, but if anybody's a transgender, it would be the big dog, both masculine, feminine energy. But yeah, let me play some more, man.
Prayer in regard to their spirits and their deeds individually, and in regard to their request is that they should have forgiveness and lengthy. 7 Eon. I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon. I read their petition till I fell asleep. Arrived 8th, and behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me. And I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice came bidding me to tell it to the sons of heaven and reprimand them. 9. And when I awaked, I came unto them, and they were all sitting gathered together, weeping, in Abel-Jael, which is between Lebanon and Senezer, with their faces covered. 10. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness, and to reprimand the heavenly Wathers. Chapter 14. The book of the words of righteousness, and of the reprimand of the eternal watchers, in accordance with the command of the Holy Great One in that vision. 2. I saw in my sleep what I will now say with a tongue of flesh, and with the breath of my mouth, which the Great One has given to men to converse therewith and understand with the heart. 3. As he has created and given to man the power of understanding the word of wisdom, so hath he created me also and given me the power of reprimanding the watchers, the children of heaven. 4. I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared thus, that your petition will not be granted unto you throughout all the days of eternity, and that judgment has been finally passed upon you.
With that said, I'm gonna keep playing it, but if he go hard on his angels like that, why the fuck wouldn't he go hard on us like that? So when you go through it and you know you done some fucked up shit, and you get a little, you know it's what time it is. That's a blessing. But when you go done some fucked up shit and all hell breaks loose, so per se, you know what time it is too, bruh. This motherfucker is not, and I could say it like this because he know what I'm talking about him in a praising way. He's not no gentle guy. How dare we put anything before him? How dare? I mean, I'm just saying, even myself, I'm human. I fuck up on a daily. But when I do, how dare I? How dare I not try to have the best relationship? I don't like using the word perfect because he's not looking for perfection. He knows we're men, we're made of flesh. He know he gonna make fucked up shit. But the thing is thriving to be as righteous as possible. Moral compass. That's why I say fuck nice. That's some fake shit. I can be nice to you just because I want some shit. But being kind is a genuine effort. Man, in my opinion, the angels fucked us over. I don't care what nobody say, bro. It ain't us. We going through this shit because the shit that we weren't told. Like,
Yea, your petition will not be granted unto you. 5.
Hell no, I ain't great.
And from henceforth you shall not ascend into heaven unto all eternity. And in bonds of the earth the decree has gone forth to bind you for all the days of the world. 6. And that previously you shall have seen the destruction of your beloved sons, and ye shall have no pleasure in them, but they shall fall before you by the sword. 7. And your petition on their behalf shall not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep and pray.
Again, man, perfect example. These angels couldn't stop themselves from being that thirsty to come down and want to fuck on women to defy God. And now they begging God and cut them off. You can't even look at the heaven, let alone talk to me. Now you got to send a message through man. Make it make sense, bro. Do you see what type? Y'all see what the slippery slope we really in, bro? If this shit real, if my spirit, like I know all of it ain't real, but if just the direction it's going is real, y'all see why the world operating on the way it is? He don't give a fuck. Look, bro. And then people be saying shit, some weird shit. You ever heard somebody say some weird shit like God wouldn't just let kids die? Well, I beg to differ. If you broke God's heart, and if he's sitting here having a conversation with a man to tell to the angels, how don't we know that throughout the journey of life, how many times has man defied the big dog? Well, you got the time in the desert, he saved Moses and his people, and Moses up there, you know, he writing the shit and he talking his shit back to God, and God had done his thing there, and he tell him, hey, your folk down there turning up. Countless other times that we've done it. I don't know what nation we come from, because in this book, when they start saying names like Israel and shit like that, bro, do you know these is people names and not the name of places? So these are not countries or continents that these people come from. These are bloodlines that these people come from. So Israel is not it is considered that now, but it is a bloodline. It's a person that it's, oh my God. Come on, y'all. We gonna get it together, man. We in this together. I believe tonight that I got a couple more people that's gonna ride this wave with me, and we gonna chase this knowledge together for real.
And speak all the words contained in the writing which I have written. 8. And the vision was shown to me thus. Behold, in the vision, clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me, and the course of the stars and the lightning sped and hastened me, and the winds in the vision caused me to fly and lifted me upward and bore me into heaven. 9. And I went in till I drew nigh to a wall, which is built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire. And it began to affright me. 10. And I went into the tongues of fire and drew nigh to a large house which was built of crystals. And the walls of the house were like a tessellated floor made of crystals, and its groundwork was of crystal. 11th. Its ceiling was like the path of the stars and the lightnings, and between them were fiery cherubim, and their heaven was clear as water. 12th. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its portals blazed with fire. 13. And I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire and cold as ice. There were no delights of life therein. Fear covered me, and trembling gat hold upon me. 14. And as I quaked and trembled, I fell upon my face, and I beheld a vision. 15. And lo, there was a second house, greater than the former, and the entire portal stood open before me, and it was built of flames of fire. 16th. And in every respect it so excelled in splendor and magnificence and extent that I cannot describe to you its splendor and its extent.
Oof.
17. And its floor was of fire, and above it were lightnings and the path of the stars. And 18. And I looked and saw therein a lofty throne. Its appearance was as crystal, and its ceiling also was flaming fire. Wheels thereof as the shining sun, and there was the vision of cherubim. 19. And from underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look thereon. 20. And the great glory sat thereon, and his raiment shone more brightly. 21. None of the angels could enter and could behold his face, by reason of the magnificence and glory, and no flesh could behold him. 22. The flaming fire was round about him, and a great fire than the sun, and was...
I'll stop this for a brief moment. Like I said, I've shared with you guys, I've had 3 downloads where I've met the entity that I call the Lord of Spirits. And after reading this a lot, that's why I call it the Lord of Spirits in a very serious way. So it's not like that transgender joke. But when I had the downloads, I promise you that that same energy was upon me, like fear, afraid. And then when I had that moment, because like I said, I was able to share a hug with God. I ain't gonna say it, but God. And that shit was, when he said it's undescribable. Even if you want to describe it, I don't think there's anything or any way that I could describe it to anyone. All I could say, it was the best feeling that I've ever had in my life, better than any drug, any sex that I've ever encountered, anything, any amount of money. And that's why I be pushing this agenda. That feeling, I would love for everybody to feel that feeling. And if that wasn't what that was, then whatever that may have been, I would still want others to experience that. That was like no other. But I got I'm gonna do this last 40 minutes. Probably within the next 25 to 30 minutes, I'll end it. We'll talk about, what we heard. I've listened to Enoch maybe about 3 or 4 times already, so I can give a small conclusion to anybody that's listening that wants a copy of it. Just inbox me and we'll shoot the shit and I'll send you a copy. I'm just looking for people to tap in with me every Sunday night with this type of vibe. Again, we'll joke, we'll conversate, I'll entertain, but I would love to evolve to where we're listening to this for at least an hour or so and communicating back and forth with our opinion and what we got from the lesson or the scriptures. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the little bit of it. Actually, the book of Enoch is 12 hours. So I'm going to do another 30 minutes of it.
Was whiter than any snow, stood before him, and none around could draw nigh him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, yet he needed no counselor. 23. And the most holy ones who were nigh to him did not leave by night nor depart from him. 24. And until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling. And the Lord called me with his own mouth and said to me, Come hither, Enoch, and hear my word. 25. And one of the holy ones came to me and waked me, and he made me rise up and approach the door, and I bowed my face downwards. Chapter 15. And he answered and said to me, and I heard his voice, Fear not, Enoch, thou righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Approach hither and hear my voice. 2. And go, say to the watchers of heaven, who have sent thee to intercede for them. You should intercede for men, and not men for you. 3. Wherefore have ye left the high, holy, and eternal heaven, and lain with women, and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men, and taken to yourselves wives, and done like the children of earth, and begotten giants as your sons? And though ye were holy, spiritual, living the eternal life, you have defiled yourselves with the blood of women, and have begotten children with the blood of flesh, and as the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, as those also do who die and perish. 5. Therefore have I given them wives also, that they might impregnate them and beget children by them, that thus nothing might be wanting to them on a 6. But you were formerly spiritual, living the eternal life, and immortal for all generations of the world. 7. And therefore I have not appointed wives for you. For as for the spiritual ones of the heaven, in heaven is their dwelling. 8. And now the giants, who are produced from the spirits and flesh, shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. 9 evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. 10. As for the spirits of heaven, in heaven shall be their dwelling. But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born upon the earth, on the earth shall be their dwelling. 11. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. 12. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. Chapter 16. From the days of the slaughter and destruction and death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits, having gore forth, shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the day of the consummation, the great judgment, in which the age shall be consummated over the watchers and the godless, yea, shall be wholly consummated. 2. And now as to the watchers who have sent thee to intercede for them, who had been aforetime in heaven, say to them. 3. You have been in heaven, but all the mysteries had not yet been revealed to you, and you knew worthless ones, and these in the hardness of your hearts you have made known to the women. And through these mysteries, women and men work more evil on earth. 4th, say to them therefore, and you have no peace. Chapter 17. And they took and brought me to a place in which those who were there were like flaming fire, and when they wished, they appeared as men. 2. And they brought me to the place of darkness, and to a mountain the point of whose summit reached to heaven. 8. And I saw the places of the luminaries and the treasuries of the stars and of the thunder, and in the uttermost depths, where were a fiery bow and arrows in their quiver, and a fiery sword and all the lightnings. And they took me to the living waters, and to the fire of the west, where receives every setting of the sun. 5. And I came to a river of fire, in which the fire flows like water, and discharges itself into the great sea towards the west. 6. I saw the great rivers, and came to the great river and to the great darkness, and went to the place where no flesh walks. 7. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter, and the place whence all the waters of the deep flow. 8. I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouth of the deep. Chapter 18. I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished with them the whole creation, and the firm foundations of the earth. 2. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the 4 winds which bear the earth, and the firmament of the heaven. 3. And I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven, and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of the heaven. 4. I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circumference of the sun and all the stars to their setting. 5. I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above. 6. And I proceeded and saw a place which burns day and night, where there are 7 mountains of magnificent stones, 3 towards the east and 3 towards the south. 7. And as for those towards the east, one was of great.
So, gotta stop again. Did you notice he say 3 to the east and 3 to the south? He didn't say 3 to the east and 3 to the west. Do you think he's saying east, south, or is east and south like this? Y'all, they taught us a whole bunch of buffoonery and just got us believing shit.
Earth. There the heavens were completed. 1. And I saw a deep abyss with columns of heavenly fire, and among them I saw columns of fire fall, which were beyond measure alike towards the height and towards the depth. 12th. And beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of the heaven above.
Right, it makes
and
sense.
no firmly founded earth beneath it. There was no water upon it, and no birds, but it was a waste and horrible place. 13. I saw their 7 stars like great burning mountains, and to me, when I inquired regarding them, 14, the angel said, "This place is the end of heaven and earth. This has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven." 15. And the stars which roll over the fire are they which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. 16. And he was wroth with them, and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated, even for 10,000 years. Chapter 19. And Uriel said to me, "Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the day of."
So the world hasn't ended yet. We haven't had the rapture. Revelation hasn't occurred. He said, the angels who have defiled themselves with women, who changed their form, who caused trouble on earth. You don't think that shit ain't going on right now?
The great judgment in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. 2. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. 3. And I, Enoch.
Wait, they become what? Y'all know what sirens are, right? You know what a siren is, aka mermaid, aka Little Mermaid, right? Now we've been told the whole time their rule is what? They got to tell you what they're doing or what's happening in your face. Now, whether you believe it or not is on you. Wake the fuck up.
Alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as J have seen. Chapter 20. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. 2nd Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the world and over Tartarus. 3rd Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. 4. Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. 5. Michael, one of the holy.
So I'm sorry, I'm listening. I ain't just listening to be listening. As I'm listening, I'm digesting and dissecting. So you have 4 angels. 4 angels. Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and the 4th person, I forgot his name. But you know what popped up in my head? Ninja Turtles. I mean, I know it don't necessarily have to have a big significance to it, but Michelangelo, Raphael, okay, whatever.
Angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. 6, Sarah, Kael, one of the holy angels, who is set over the spirits, who sin in the spirit. 7, Gabriel, one of the holy angels, who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. 8, Remiel, one of the holy angels, whom God set over those who rise. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic. 2nd, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. 4, then I said, for what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? 5, then said Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why dost thou ask, and why art thou eager for the truth? 6, these are of the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. 7, and from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. 8, then I said, how fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. 9, then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And I answered, because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, this place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Chapter 4, and thence I went to another place, and he showed me in the west another great and high mountain, and of hard rock. And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look at. 3, then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein, yea, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. 4, and these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, and till their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. 5, I saw the spirits of the children of men who were dead, and their voice went forth to heaven and made suit. 6, then I asked Raphael, the angel who was with me, and I said unto him, this spirit, whose is it whose voice goeth forth and maketh suit? 7, and he answered me, saying, this is a spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew. And he makes his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. Then one asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? And he answered me and said unto me, These three have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated, and such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of water. 10th, and such has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. 11, here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain, till the great day of judgment and punishment and torment of those who curse for ever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall un them for ever. 12th, and such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners. 13, such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous sinners, who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. 14, then I blessed the Lord of glory and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. Chapter 23. And from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burnt day and night. 2, and I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other, and the stones thereof were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior, 3 towards the east, one founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other, and deep rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in 8, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt, neither was any amongst them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm. 5, then I said, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. 6, then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and was their leader. Chapter 24. And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree, and why dost thou wish to learn the truth? 2, then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. 3, and he answered, saying, This high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. 5, its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. 6, then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. 7, then blessed I the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them and promised to give to them. Chapter 25. And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place, in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming, of a dismembered tree. 2, And there I saw a holy mountain. And underneath the mountain to the east, there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain. Fourth, and to the west thereof there was another mountain, lower than the former, and of small elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the three mountains. 5, and all the ravines were deep and narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. 6, and I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine, yea, I marveled very much. Chapter 26. Then said I, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? 2. Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, this accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. 3. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment, in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. 4. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them. Their lot. 5. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and set forth his glory, and landed him gloriously. Chapter 27. And thence I went towards the east, into the midst of the mountain range of the desert. And I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants. 2. And water gushed forth from above. 3. Rushing like a copious watercourse, which flowed towards the northwest, it caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. Chapter 28. And thence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range. 2. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 29. And beyond these I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water. 2. And therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees, such as the mastic. 3. And on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. And beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 30. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Sarara and Galbanum. 2. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees, and all the trees were full of stacte, being like almond trees. 3. And when one burnt it, it smelt sweeter than any fragrant odor. Chapter 31. And after these fragrant odors, as I looked towards the north over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. 2. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains, far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zodiel. 3. And I came to the garden of righteousness, and saw beyond those trees many large trees growing there, and of goodly fragrance, large, very beautiful and glorious, and the tree of wisdom whereof they eat and know, great wisdom. Nangatha. Chapter 32. That tree is in height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruit is like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful, and the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. 5. Then I said, how beautiful is the tree, and how attractive is its look. 6. Then Raphael, the holy angel who was with me, answered me and said, this is a tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years, and thy aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten, and they learnt wisdom, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. Chapter 33. And from thence I went to the ends of the earth, and saw there great beasts, and each differed from the other. And I saw birds also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, the one differing from the other. 2. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of the heaven open. 3. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets of each individual star by itself, according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions, and their times and their months, as Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. He showed all things to me and wrote them down for me.
Time, dates, and
Also, their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. Chapter 34. And from thence I went towards the north to the ends of the earth.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna halt it. We've been live for an hour and 40 minutes or so. We had 4 to 5 people, which is cool. We about had double that for the conversation that wasn't really spiritual. But again, I was just I've been telling all my friends and family, even strangers, about the Ethiopian Bible and how I've just dove into it and figuring out knowledge, and it's just giving me so much clarity on some things that I've always wondered about. Just like others have been raised on the King James Version of the Bible, I suggest that you go out, not just with the Ethiopian, but maybe the Quran, with your Torah, just to get different books and question everything, bro. Like, use your spirit, not your flesh. If you need a copy of the Ethiopian Bible, don't hesitate to reach out to me or, inbox me. I don't know how it works on YouTube. I got a few people watching on YouTube, a couple watching on Facebook as well. I'm worthy to Surf Ninja 219 on Instagram. You can find me Surf Ninja 219. I'm a designer / stylist. I'm no teacher, no pastor. I'm learning myself. I just have the confidence to use my platform in hopes that I could congregate and conversate with other folks and switch, off knowledge. Because I'm not even saying the Ethiopian Bible that I got is fully correct. I just know that my spirit has that power of discernment, and it can pretty much tell when I'm hearing some bullshit and when I'm hearing some real live shit that my spirit needs to hear and has been missing out on. I spend almost at least once, sometimes a few times a day, but I listen to my audio, whether I'm smoking or just chilling. I listen to it going to sleep. It's very soothing. I've noticed when I wake up after a night of listening to it, I actually wake up pretty well rested or whatnot. And it could be something simple as 2 to 4 hours of sleep. You've heard a lot of keywords in there, one of them being righteous. I use that a lot. I don't think righteous is being perfect. I think righteous is using your moral compass, but being as kind as you can to people while knowing that these people are human. They will cross you. They will do fuck shit. But when you got connection with source, you walk in faith and you put in work. Working on your people skills, shadow work, things like that, but also trusting in the Lord, the Lord of spirits, whatever you call it, God. You trust those things. It's a lot of dark spirits out here. Enoch, overall, what we listen to, for those who are tapping in or may tap in later, Enoch is a story of the first human, as we hear, that went up to heaven, basically vouching or being a lawyer for the fuckers who pretty much put the world in like turmoil. These watchers, first angels, fell in love with women. I mean, we got beautiful women, so I understand, but You know, them spiritual beings came down and chose to defile or have sex with women and impregnated them. In return, God turned them into sirens, aka your little mermaids, right in your face every day. People talk about them, but how many people have had that much information about them? Also, you heard about the giants, which were the children or the babies that were created by the watchers and the women, evil spirits. You know, a lot of people talk about firmament and they want to know if the earth is round or, you know, flat. I think more so we need to know, like, how many dimensions is it? Is it really a top layer, middle layer, something above that, up under that? You know, other questions like, we thought east and west was to the left and right of it. But as you heard in the Bible, it said what? 3 blazing mountains to the east, 3 blazing mountains to the south. Prior to even reading the Ethiopian Bible, I was hearing stories that the whole time the compass and how they used I don't know the real terminology. I didn't listen to school a lot, but the northwest, southeast is completely wrong. You know, you got things like they tell you about the maps and the continents. You know, they making certain places on your map look bigger than others. So if they doing shit like that, you know, they could be lying about Egypt being over there. In Egypt, we could be right here on top of Egypt. You know, when you drive through Tennessee and shit, and you're looking at the rocks to the left of your right, those could really be just pyramids, right? You feel me? This is not a conspiracy. This is a matter of opening up your heart, your mind, your eyes, your spirit, all them shits. Them shits work. We do it with people so often. We trust in them. Trust in yourself. Get out, journey. Do some meditating. Do some praying. I say conversate about these things with the Lord, with the Spirit. You know, figure out some mantras that you want to say when you're waking up. The power of words is real. You know, if you're having a bad time or a journey in this thing called life and things aren't going the way you want them, you might want to wake up and say every day for a while, today will be successful. Everybody I run into, they're going to love me. I'm going to have great networking skills. You got to speak positive over yourself. If you want the best for yourself, you got to act as such. Think about it though. Yeah, it's just like for real, T. Just the Ethiopian Bible alone has me thinking every which way. You know, I was already thinking every which way, but when with something like that, like I say, I don't listen with my flesh, I listen with my spirit. And I don't think my spirit with this type of shit, and it's not guiding me wrong. This is much needed for us. I think this not only brings us closer to source, but this brings us closer to each other, where it's a lot more understanding. You can see through these stories, you be like, damn, God, so much grace, so much mercy when it comes to me, because he's not playing in these books. If this is legitimately real, you see how they're telling motherfuckers they finna have it the worst. Telling motherfuckers they finna stay down there and watch all their kids die. And it didn't say your intermediate kids or your firstborns, or it said your kids. So it could be a legacy, the whole bloodline. So again, a lot of us are gifted in many ways. We all have gifts. When they say, you know, Jesus walked on water, I always just say, man, I believe it, because I feel like I could walk on water, or I could do some shit folks don't think I could do. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to share this shit with you, this knowledge. I got 2 members to join today. You know what I'm saying? That made me feel like I want to do the doors of the church is open type of vibe. Again, I'm not passing around no collection plate. I'm not making fun of anything, because this ain't really anything. Church was made by people who wanted money. Again, circus. That's what the real definition of. Again, you go into church, they passing around collection plates, and they've been doing this since the beginning of time, when they figured out that they could tax people for religion. Back to my gatekeeper shit. Gatekeeper shit. People gatekeep on simple shit like religion. How to get closer to God. Does that really make sense? No, but yes. If these things really happen, it makes sense. Why would you want somebody like me to get a relationship with God? Because if I get a relationship with God and then my peoples find out and I make it look cool, we make it look cool, next thing you know, we all got a relationship with God. How can you stop us? You can't. I mean, I legitimately only want a relationship with God. I'm not looking for a relationship with demonic forces, because God not going to allow you to get fucked over, bullied, none of that shit. And he with the shits. Gotta believe it. He with the shits. You see how he talking? Tell them bitch ass niggas they know what time it is. It's up. You niggas was not supposed to get no pussy. You had one job. So I get it. That's when my flesh be fighting with my spirit. My spirit 10 toes down with it. Then my flesh be like, nigga, you human. You human, bruh. God know you. See, I'm fighting with simple shit like not smoking. I've been on a drought. I've been on a drought sexually. I ain't shit. I've been single for a minute now. I mean, of course a nigga won't fuck shit, but I ain't like thirsty and I'm not overindulging in it. But I also think that's a small part of my mission. Motherfucker that's supposed to share that special moment with. It's gonna happen. It's gonna come legitimately and some genuine shit. When you out there chasing shit and you got a mission, bro, you gonna crash. I'm lucky. I've been wearing my seatbelt and got had a few times off the road. You know what I'm saying? But I'm constantly thriving and being consistent with trying to have that special relationship with Source. It wasn't too long ago that I was fighting with the feeling of worrying about who is Jesus and this and that. If Jesus, I know Jesus, the person, not the name, but the person, is really real. Like I said, my last slide, it's us, it's me, it's you. That is a representation of Jesus. Being a pillar, being a leader, being a sacrificial lamb. Those are the genuine kind people. Those people are your Jesus, but still fuck shit up, flip the table over type of time. You know what I'm saying? Crash out. And like-minded people understand that, you know. I can relate to this Ethiopian Bible much more than I can relate to this King James Bible. It makes sense. I really can't wait to get to Dave and the Dragon. I guess like since I'm finna push back, like doing a podcast 3 days a week and only doing it on Sundays, like this gonna be the last week that I do the podcast Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. And I probably don't even do it Tuesday, Sunday. I probably just like run some of the old shows. But after that, seeing that I did 4 hours today, I feel like on Sundays, I do the first 2 hours on some cool, laid back, funny shit. The last 2 hours, we can really get it in on some, what was Bible study? Remember Bible study when you go to church and shit? Like we could really do this Bible study because I'm sending people the book. So it's not like you just got to listen to it through me. You can do your own research, your own study, and then we can come together with no books, not just opinions, but real facts. Like I said, bro, these folk been lying to us, man. My true belief is, man, we in Egypt right now. We in Egypt. Pyramids, when I go back and forth to the crib traveling, I ride past pyramids, bro. The Grand Canyon, all them shits, bro. The thing is, it's more of them united than us. Well, we can't really move because we ain't got numbers. Just like the conscious community. It's hard for the conscious community to move how they want to move because overall, the niggas that don't want to see them win, the numbers outweigh them. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers conscious, but ain't unified. And unification just really is hard to get, and it's starting low numbers. You really got to put in the big work. I'm just trying to be prepared, bro. I want to live long. I'm going to live to 100, if not longer. I believe it. I know it. Everything in the book, the word is you can. You know what I'm saying? It's just about finding that balance and then over proceeding that balance on the good side of the scale. See, I've been tiptoeing on the bad side, you know. I want to overindulge in healthy eating, healthy reading, this healthy lifestyle. I still want fucking shit. Don't get me wrong, but I want to do it the right way. Beyond the funnies and shit. That's another thing that I fight with the spirit. It's like it's got to be right. It's got to be right. Of course, he knows me. He know my heart. He know I love women. He know I like to, to have a good time. He want me to be able to change lives in other ways. I've always been a good sexual partner or been able to make women feel good about themselves physically and shit like that. Can I make you feel good about yourself spiritually? Can I get you closer to where you trying to go? So when that time do come, like shit, I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, what the script is, how the end of times really gonna come, the survival tactics and shit. Like we don't know. When you get to judging, will I have some type of, not say, but can I say like, did I help lead somebody else to the Lord? I want to be able to say that. Others did that. I'm trying to think like, I have people who've been influential with me wanting to be closer with the Lord. whether it be my god brother, and he ain't trying to be perfect, regular schmegular, good guy, curse, have a good time, but just seeing him move with a moral compass, be kind, try to be righteous as possible, it makes you want to be closer to the Lord. I don't necessarily want to be closer to people's church or in people's church, but I definitely want to be closer to the word and people who want to be closer to the word as well. I appreciate you sitting in with me, T. Anybody else that sat in, Jeff, I know you might be still here, bro. Them 2 members of the Church in the Wild family, we gonna tap in. I'm gonna have a little special convo with you and Jeff, see how we can operate in the future so we can get more people to join. Again, I don't want to be the only person talking. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm a student. And I'm okay with just being public about the things that I'm learning. Once I find others that's okay with it, we're going to really turn up. I do giveaways. I ain't do no giveaway this week. Last 2 weeks, I gave away a couple bucks, couple shirts, hats, and shit like that. That'll be in the near future. I got my intro. We working on new intro videos, outro videos, segues. And last but not least, P Sexy, P5 Sexy. You know, she been one of my panel, my guest members for the last 3 episodes. She a little under the weather and wasn't able to come in physically today. I want to send her love and light. I want to say I love you. I appreciate you, all your energy since, you know what I'm saying, we've been working together. It's much appreciated. And I just want you to, you know, take your time and heal up. Everybody that's watching, I'm going to speak for them, even if they don't say nothing. We appreciate you. Because with people like you, it made me want to be more consistent with what I'm doing. And just for that reason, I got to send you that love and them flowers. Get well soon. Tomorrow, Monday. To man, it's the start of the week. Be inspired. Be motivated. Speak positivity over your life. Speak financial progress over your life. I'm talking about if money is your thing, speak it. Be positive. Believe it. Mean it. Health. Speak it. Believe it. Mean it. Wealth. All that. And share it with people. If you believed in what some of the things that you heard on this YouTube tonight or this podcast, share it with some folks. Some people need to hear this, and everybody don't need to hear it from your clean-cut guy from around the corner without no tattoos and straight teeth. Sometimes you need to hear it from an individual that looks like he been through some shit. I was finna say look like shit, but I don't look like shit. I look like I've been through some shit, but I'm the shit because of that. You heard? I enjoyed myself today. I had no issue during the second hour. It was moments as I was listening to the Ethiopian Bible that was actually getting water-eyed because, again, that mercy, that grace that God showed me, so often we forget about it. You know, so I have these moments like this, or when I'm listening to it, I'm reminded, bro, I came so far, and without God, it wouldn't have been possible. I know you, I'm sure you can do it with dark forces and all that, but I'm not rocking that way. I don't fuck with them, period. Even when I got to crash out, I'm crashing out with the Spirit of God. Same way David did on Goliath and so on. You know what I'm saying? I've had situations occur back in my hometown. That's how I ended. I had situations occur back home in my hometown with bigger niggas than me, and they trying to pull it with me physically. But I ain't no bully. I ain't trying to just whoop-de-wop nobody. I ain't moving like that. But when put in a position where you could be hurt and you're not the person who wants to see people hurt, you're a God-fearing man, move with a moral compass. You walk out unscathed. Shit, I'm an example. Why wouldn't I believe? Shit, like I said, man, we break promises on the daily. You a bad guy, you pray, you in jail. He do what he say, he get you out. Next thing you know, you forgot what you promised, man. It's time not to forget. It's time to stop breaking them promises, man. But he'll never break them promises, man. We got to stand on some business, man. I hope everybody had a day they deserve. This weekend, go hard. This week, go hard. Every day weekend for me, though. I'm sorry. Every day Friday, I operate like that. But go hard, man. I'll see y'all Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And I got my website to be up August 29th, Labor Day weekend. So, shit, inbox me. You want to check out some of the merch you want support? I appreciate it. I'm finna get up out of here. Bye, T. I'll reach out to you. I think I sent you the link to it. And if I didn't, I'm going to check my messages and send it to you now, man. You enjoy your night, love.